We're live here. Throughout the next hour, we will be using the chat feature on YouTube Live to collect all of the questions you may have. Please throw in all of your questions in the chat box throughout the event. We will be monitoring the questions, and at the end of the presentation, we'll review the questions on the page and answer the popular ones that stand out. On behalf of the Google for Education team, we'd like to say congratulations and a welcome to the Google for Education Certified Trainer Program. Thank you for all the hard work that you've put into being part of this growing program. We're very excited about this program because we truly believe that trainers are the catalyst for getting more educators inspired and empowered to use technology in the classroom. We onboarded 244 new certified trainers into this program this quarter, so you all are truly joining a global group of Google for Education certified trainers. We have 167 from the US and 77 international coming from Australia, Bangladesh, Brazil, Brunei, Canada, Chile, Colombia, Denmark, Ethiopia, Finland, Hong Kong, Italy, Kuwait, Malaysia, Martinique, Mexico, the Netherlands, New Zealand, North Ireland, Singapore, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Taiwan, Turkey, the United Kingdom, and the USA. So welcome to all of those who are tuning in outside of the US. This hangout is set up specifically for you guys, our Q3 2017 certified trainers, to get familiar with the community and meet a few Googlers and featured certified trainers. We will introduce the Google team from Mountain View, and then we'll introduce our featured certified trainers who will be joining us on this call. I will then talk about the background and history of the program, and then we'll dig deeper into the meats and the potatoes of this program by speaking about the trainer site navigation, getting started guide, and certified trainer expectations and requirements.
You just need to put this on.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Okay. All right.
It's not showing Eric.
I think it's delayed a little bit. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. And then we'll bring out our featured certified trainers and then have them speak about their experiences being in the program and words of wisdom they have for you guys. I'll highlight some popular topics and questions already in the Google group. Also, we'll be talking about the EDU directory, trainer domains, and our new EDU activity app. Soon after, David will talk about the benefits and future of the program. Finally, we'll end off with a question and answer portion. Again, we'll be using the chat box in YouTube Live to collect all questions. Please throw in all of your questions on the page linked at the top of the screen. So let's get right into it. You will have two Googler contacts from Mountain View for all of your trainer needs. We have David Chen, who is our Education International Program Manager, and myself. And we will be your go-to Googler contacts if you guys need any help and can't find answers on the private trainer site. Also joining us on this call, we have our featured certified trainers, Crystal Ho, Integration Technology Subject Matter Lead for K-12 at Hopkins Public Schools, and Eric Kurtz, Technology Integration Specialist for the Stark Portage Area Computer Consortium in Ohio. And we also have Tyler Tarver, Director of Ouachita Baptist University And finally, Matt Spears, who is an education content manager at Google. Google for Education certified trainers train and develop educators to reach their full potential. They are passionate and creative individuals who provide professional development and other support services to educators and schools. They train and develop educators to redefine teaching and learning with technology. A year ago, David and I were part of a team who worked on revamping the program. It was a 6-month project to find and attract qualified certified trainers like yourselves, and we came up with a new value proposition that we encourage you to spread out to all your colleagues who might be a good fit for this program. Let's make it official. Combine your expertise in Google tools with your love of helping others. Become a certified trainer to support educators as they redefine learning with technology. You can find everything you need to know about the Certified Trainer program on the private trainer resource site. This URL was given to you in your acceptance and onboarding email. On the trainer resource site, you can view the Getting Started guide under the Home tab. The Getting Started guide consists of 6 steps that will help you become an outstanding trainer. In case you haven't completed these 6 steps yet, we'll go ahead and dig in to explain each step. Step 1, review program guidelines. This 5-page document gives you the whole scoop of the program. It lists the program overview and expectations, which is what we expect of you as a trainer. This includes submitting training sessions, staying up to date with the latest features, and participating in the community. We'll talk more about your expectations as a certified trainer later on in this hangout. It also lists program policies that outline some standards you need to keep as a representative of Google. And lastly, we mentioned what happens if you fail to abide to these program guidelines. Step 2, read badge and logo guidelines and download them. This document on the private trainer resource site will show you what you can do, what you must do, and what you agree you will not do with a trainer badge. This document is extremely important as you'll want to be very careful with how you use this badge. Step 3, read branding guidelines. These guidelines directly point out what to do with the Google for Education certified trainer brand, Google brand, and Google trademarks. Google is very serious about our brand. All of our brand features are protected by applicable trademark, copyright, and other intellectual property laws. Please ensure that you are using the correct brand in your work. Step 4, get listed on the trainer directory. Google for Education has launched our online directory that will feature profiles of all Google for Education certified innovators, certified trainers, and partners. This platform will be an excellent resource for teachers, schools, potential employers, and others within the Google community who want to connect with local Google for Education trainers. If you would like to be featured on this platform, please fill out the fields provided in this form. Your most updated contact information is necessary in order for others to find you. Also note that we update this resource every 2 to 3 weeks. If you do not see your updates reflected online, it means that something went wrong and you need to fill out the form again in its entirety. Please note that all fields will need to be populated for all information to be reflected online. This step might take a little longer because we need to verify every entry that comes in on the back end. Step 5, post an intro on the forum. Introduce yourself as the Google for Education, or introduce yourself on the Google for Education Certified Trainers group. This is a step I've seen many of you already done. It is a great way to get yourself out there to the group and tell all 3,000 trainers about yourself. This is the same group where you can communicate easily with other trainers and share resources with each other. Step 6, steps to a G Suite training domain. We can upgrade your training domain to G Suite for Education. This will allow you to have a separate domain for demos and training purposes. This page on the trainer site has very specific and detailed steps you'll need to take to successfully have your domain set up online. The step that many people stumble on is the verification phase. All domains must be verified from Google before our team upgrades your training domain to a G Suite. If you're having trouble with this process, please visit the private certified trainer site to watch a video series by your fellow certified trainer, Louis Schenefeld, where he takes you through all the steps in the process. Note that this is not a requirement for trainers. This is one of the many perks that this program has. Now we're going to hear from some of our certified trainers as they talk about their own experiences and offer their advice as you begin your journey with this program. Before we start, let's have all the certified trainers introduce themselves and say where they're from, and then start off by talking about the part of the program they enjoy the most. So first, we have Tyler Tarver.
Hey everyone. Oh man, there's feedback. Probably my fault. Should have had headphones. Here, I'll just touch the headphone jack. Maybe that'll work. Hey everybody, my name is Tyler Tarver. I am the director of Ouachita Baptist University at NLC at New Life Church. It is a 2-year college here in Central Arkansas. Love being a Google certified trainer. I love doing trainings. So one of the things I enjoy about my job is that I get to go speak with educators and administrators about utilizing Google platforms, and having that trainer attached to it gives me some legitimacy, whereas I used to be just a dude who rambled on about Google like he got commission from them, even though I don't. Unless you count YouTube. They give me like it's very small commission. But I guess some of that was thanks Google. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of hit on was that, you know, we push that on students all the time. We're like, don't plagiarize, you know, understand what it is. But when you're an adult, like, plagiarizing is totally cool as long as you don't like pretend like it's your research paper. So like, no matter how much, one of the things, like, you get in your own bubble and you think like, okay, like, it's like when you're the best at something with all your friends, go out and you go to college, you're like, oh wow, there's a lot of people that are better than me at like these things. And so it's kind of like that with this, you know, you're kind of the best one in your area with regards to like Google products and utilizing and cloud, you know, just everything that goes with that world. And then you get out and you hear what other people, and you're like, man, like, I could be a lot better. Like, I could do better. And so like, just communicating with them, connecting with them. And then the cool thing is not only connecting with them online, you know, in the forum and all that, but a lot of these people go to a lot of the similar. I got the opportunity to meet Justin and a lot of other really awesome Google certified trainers who are doing neat stuff. And so I just encourage you to connect. And then don't, like, it's always nice to throw out like, hey, I was thinking about using this for my school. And we're all like, I think it's like it didn't say it on the application, but it pretty much says like, you have to be a nice person to be a Google certified trainer. And so like, everybody's like, yeah, totally use it. And so I just want to say, I use this, and I don't want to, like, you know, like, I was gonna say I don't want to sneeze, but I did. Actually, I want to say that was terrible. One time when I was doing a training, I was in the middle of presenting and I had to go use the restroom. I was like, guys, this is embarrassing, but it'd be worse if I didn't, because then you'd be able to see that I use the restroom. Off topic. So I use this. That's awesome. All right. So I said, it's like drafting when you're cycling. If you guys have ever like rode bikes or cycled, like, you know, like when you're the one in the front and you're pushing against that air, the wind, it's like you're putting a lot of effort, but then you can get behind people and you're like, it's almost like you're coasting and you can go the same speed. And so it's like, we're all just kind of like taking turns, like, okay, I'm going to spend, you know, 2 days building this program or this form or this procedure, and then I'm going to just throw it out there. and everybody uses it, and then everybody takes it, and then they jump to the front. They're like, okay, I built this. And it's really cool to see how this community continues to grow and expand the capabilities of G Suite platform. I think I went like 20 minutes over. I sneezed and talked about using the restroom on stage. I'm done. Thanks. They're probably kicking me out.
Thanks, Tyler. Crystal?
Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Ho, and I'm one of the tech integration coordinators in Hopkinton, Massachusetts, which is where the Boston Marathon starts. In my position, I actually switched from French into a tech coach, which was pretty amazing. So now I can actually teach in French integration. Why not, you know? But I would say in my experience, just starting with Google products from the get-go, when I was teaching French and just being able to do that real-time collaboration. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I have to show everyone around me, to the point of becoming a trainer was so empowering, because now I feel like I'm making changes every day in classrooms. And I really get to help those teachers. And so for me, just networking when I go out to present, if it's an ISTE or a Q conference, or if I'm working with like an ed tech team, like any of those companies that are supporting with Google products, I'm helping all those teachers wherever I go. And I felt that that was more efficient than teaching this pigeonholed class. Now I'm teaching everyone how to use these tools and empower them to become better teachers in the long run. So I feel like with our community, like Tyler was saying, is just really trying to connect and build different products together. So we have a regional integration group where we meet and we're looking at, for example, student privacy. And so we're looking at all the different data and building Google Forms, and we're all sharing those forms, so we don't have to just recreate the wheel. So it's pretty amazing, the group that you connect with, and it just keeps building from there. And they're all googly, so it's like your tribe that you get to play with all the time. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and also Crystal is a part of a bigger community as an innovator, and I was with her in a DC this past year, so that's how I met her.
Yes. Did you want me to talk about Innovator too?
Just a little if you want, just a little shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I became an innovator at MTV 16 and got to do, my project was about professional development, and that was the most amazing experience and next step that I was ready to do. People are creating so many amazing things that are new developments for community or teachers or students, and they're really working hard at these amazing projects. So this past summer, I got to go to DC with Justin and an amazing group and get to be a coach. And the people, they're creating, again, just like mind-boggling things. And it's just a great community to be a part of. So if you haven't applied for an innovator, I would definitely suggest that next.
Awesome. Thanks, Crystal. And now we have Eric Kurtz.
All right. Oh, hey, guys. They've got me on the panel because I'm the old guy on the panel. And the reason I know that is because Crystal was talking about being an innovator. And when I joined that program, it was Google Certified Teacher. So, I go back to the old days. So, hey, everybody, congratulations. It's so awesome that you guys are part of the Google Certified Trainer community. So excited to connect with you guys and work with you. My name's Eric Kurtz. I live in Ohio. This is my 26th year in education. I started off as a middle school math teacher many years ago, and taught middle school math for 7 years before moving into the role of a technology integration specialist at that same district, and did that for another 14 years before moving to a regional level. So now I'm still same area of Ohio, but I work more like at the county office, and I do technology integration support for about 30 or so school districts up in the Northeast Ohio area. And I run the website controlaltachieve.com. So feel free to connect with me there. That's where I throw all my stuff that I do for Google training and so forth. As far as what I love about the program, it's going to sound like a broken record, but it is connecting with other people. When you're so passionate about something like educational technology or Google, sometimes you can feel like sort of alone, like I'm this Google geek, nobody else loves Google the way I do. Well, they do. There are Google geeks all around the world, and this program connects you to them. I have met so many amazing people all around the world over the years through the program. And some of them I've still never met face to face. Some people, when I do finally meet them, it's like, oh my gosh, you're taller or shorter than I thought you were. But other than that, it's like you just pick right up where you left off, because you end up working with these people in Hangouts and on projects and through email and in the community and on Twitter and in the Google Plus communities. Being able to connect with so many amazing people who share your passion, but they're unique in their approach to it. They've got their own perspective on it. It broadens you, it helps you grow, and pushes you to go further. So, I mean, that's, absolutely the best thing of the program. Probably second best would be all the free Chromebook pixels they send us. I wasn't supposed to mention that. Sorry about that. I think they've taken that out of the program. Yeah, they with this group, they don't do that anymore. That was before. Sorry, I forgot that. But otherwise, it's a fantastic program to be a part of, and so excited to work with you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure you all have seen Eric's name all over the Google groups, because he's made countless awesome resources for the Google Certified Educator level 1 and the level 2. So if you guys haven't seen that, please check out the groups and see all the amazing one-pagers and docs and everything that he's done for the program. So thank you, Eric. Now we have Matt Spears.
So hello all, welcome to the trainer community. My name is Matt Spears. I am a trainer as well, and in June I jumped on the Google team to help with the training center content. The thing that I enjoy the most is going to continue to sound like the same thing over and over again. But if you've ever been asked the question, how many collaborators can be on a doc at one time, and you immediately know the answer to that, this is the group for you. That level of intelligence and pool of knowledge exists here in a greater depth than I've experienced in quite a while. So this is a wonderful community to be a part of, to ask questions, to contribute to continue to raise your level of excellence, and where you can find answers. It is just absolutely fantastic. So +1 to what everybody said, save the sneeze, but continue to look at this as a superior place for knowledge, all things Google Suite. Contribute to it, because you absolutely have something to offer, and feel free to draft and take as you see fit. So welcome, totally stoked that you're here, and congratulations.
Cool. And then I know some of you guys touched on this, but then if there's one piece of advice that you would like to give to the new trainers, what would it be? Oh, Tyler, I didn't put you in here because I thought you're not going to be here, but are you still there?
He's still here.
Cool. We could go with you first. No?
I can go after Eric, because mine kind of plays on Eric. So I actually moved it, so I did that. So that's on me. And I didn't tell anybody because I wanted to be a surprise. I'm sorry.
Okay, Crystal.
No problem. Again, so mine was definitely just trying to connect. So you have the current Google group for your certified trainer world. But I've connected in the Google Plus communities, and you can just search for all these amazing tutorials and things that people have shared just in the communities. Also, just on Twitter, there's so many hashtags, and I was just talking to Justin this morning about the Google for Education handle, Google for EDU. They have Tuesday tips now, and they're amazing. That's my now go-to of all the cool things that are happening. And they're also just kind of showcasing what people are sharing, all the different teachers of what they're doing in the classroom, so you can get some more ideas. So the more ways that you're starting to connect and follow and create these groups, I feel like it's more beneficial to you, because you have all these resources to play from. And then, like Eric was saying, you could definitely lean on those people and meet them in person, which is super fun. So I'm going to go meet Eric sometime soon, but you'll see them at conferences as well. So definitely touch base, or just go up to anyone and say hi and talk to them about it.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna play off the Google for Education, a Twitter handle. If you guys haven't already followed that channel, please do. A lot of the events that our team plans and hosts, we like post on there. For example, last year or this past summer, we did a PD week, and it was a week where all our educators and users can like know more about our programs that we have here at Google for Education. And then also, it's a cool channel to follow as well, because sometimes our team will give out a coupon codes for our exams. So those are the kind of tweets that you don't want to miss. Eric.
All right. So as far as my piece of advice, it would be to share, to put your stuff out there. Whatever it is you like to do. If you're a blogger, start a blog, put your stuff out there. If you like to make videos, do a YouTube channel, present at conferences, jump on social media, whatever it might be. I think that's one of the best ways to grow as a trainer yourself. I think a lot of times people get into being a trainer for different reasons. And for many of us, it may be because we also want to have this be a side job. You know, I want to be able to, make some income from this. I want to be able to get out there and change people's lives and all that. But I also want to, go out and do some jobs as a trainer. That's awesome. But my suggestion to you is begin by just giving your stuff away. Put it out there. If you create an awesome, slideshow or a training video or a help guide, share it out there for people. That's what is going to get people to know who you are, to connect with you, for you to really make an impact on folks. And it will open so many doors for you. And so that's definitely my encouragement to you is whatever you end up creating, share it out there to the rest of the world. You'll gain so much back in return for doing that.
Yeah, and then in terms of sharing, we do on the private certified trainer resource site, we do have a page in there under tools and resources entitled Shared Resource Database. And I'll be talking about that more later on in this Hangout. But if you go to that website, there's thousands of resources that have been curated by your fellow certified trainers. So that is available for everyone to have as well. So that's one of the many benefits we do offer for the for our trainers. Tyler. Oh, there you are, Tyler.
Hey. Yes. So I put myself there because, I said plagiarize. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to essentially plagiarize everything Eric said on his, but just say it with like more of a Southern accent and faster and just less put together. That's the thing. You got to share what you get, what you make, because when you throw it out there, it's just like everybody else is throwing out there and you're just kind of building, like you're building the tower of what you want to do. And I think I put in there, everyone is making dope stuff. Share it so it frees up other people to have time to make more dope stuff. And so we're literally just like, okay, that's cool. Well, what if I do this? Or what if I add this onto it? Just keep going forward with it. And as far as like speaking goes, I know a lot of people, that's one of the things they're like, this is cool. Like I can put this on here and I can go speak. And then they're like, just kind of chilling, like waiting, like, okay. And you will get hit up from the directory. But if you want to like start, and I'm not at the level that everybody else in this room is, but I noticed with me, I had to do like probably like three years of just speaking for free. You ask, you present at your local conferences. I presented and got rejected by bigger conferences, and then you just keep doing it for free. And then once they get in there, they'll say, oh, I remember you from this conference, that 1 hour thing. I want you to come do that for 6 hours here, and we're going to pay you. And that's the thing. You're putting yourself in front of people's eyes. And so I recommend doing some free ones. And then, once you kind of build some of the momentum and get a little better at it, because we all kind of start somewhere and we can always get better. Some of those national conferences are a little bit nicer when you send in an application to speak. So that's what's up. I'm done. Steal, share, repeat.
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, and in terms of like the training sessions and like charging people for them, there's a lot of threads on the Google groups that talks about it and what other trainers have done in the past. Google has no say in that, so you can do whatever you want. And if you need a guidance, please just go through the Google group, and our certified trainers have already like shared their experiences there. So information about that you can find on the group. And finally, Matt.
Well, hello again. So my biggest slice of advice would be to pay attention to that Google group. Often, Justin will post stuff or somebody will post stuff. They're asking for your feedback. We absolutely here at the team are interested in what not only you as trainers say, but who you directly influence day to day, which is teachers that are in the classroom. We want your feedback. So opportunities pop their head open, pop up in there all the time. So make sure you're paying attention. In my particular case, like I have this job because I was paying attention and got a chance to interview for this particular job. So really interesting things present themselves in the trainer forum. I'm sure tons of speaking engagements. I can't do this. Can somebody take my spot? I've seen that pop up. So pay attention. It's a really valuable resource to network, to increase your googly IQ, and it certainly opens doors for you. So that'd be my biggest pay attention.
Definitely. Thanks, Matt. So here, again, being in this program has many benefits, and these are all benefits that you should take advantage of, and these are listed on our certified trainer landing page. So you have the badge that we talked about earlier. You could be listed on the directory. There's powerful, ready-to-use training and PD resources on the site. You can have access to the domain. The Google group is exclusively only for the 3,000 certified trainers. There's nobody that can see what goes on in there. And then also every quarter we give our leaders and our trainers and innovators and GG leaders access to our product roadmap. So you'll have access to what new features and programs we have here at Google for Education. Recertification. So getting started is only the first step. As a reminder, in order to maintain your trainer status, you will need to complete some yearly requirements. We highly recommend tracking your submissions throughout the year to make sure that you're on track to recertify as a trainer for the next year. You don't have to resubmit a formal application or training videos as you did in the past few months, but here are the activities that we expect of you in order to keep your badge. So first is submitting a minimum of 12 training sessions per year, which amounts to approximately 3 sessions per quarter. You will be recording all training sessions on the new EDU Activity app, and you all should have already received access to this app earlier this week. But if you haven't, please go to the official trainer site, click Tools and Resources, and then go to EDU Activity app and fill out the form linked out on the bottom to receive access. A lot of the times, the reasons why you may not have gotten this email is because it ends up in the spam folder, or the email that you filled out on your acceptance form doesn't match the email that you're using to email us. So making sure that your emails are consistent all throughout all the forms that you fill out will be a really big important first step. The second is submitting one resource to the trainer resource folder each year. We truly believe in the power of collaboration and hope to build a community of trainers that work together, share ideas and best practices, and overall contributes to the greater mission of getting people inspired and empowered to use Google tools. Resources are available on the private trainer site, and you can submit your shared resource to this platform, which a fellow certified trainer, James Peterson, created last year for us. Finally, we send out a recertification product update exam to ensure that you're all up to date with our products. It will be a lot easier if you're continually meeting your requirements throughout the year, so you don't have to rush to submit the correct information at the end of the year. And along with this product update exam, we'll give you a study guide weeks before we launch the form and quiz, so you'll have enough time to review it and be ready for the exam. If you're still unclear about this process, don't worry. We'll be sending a detailed email that will list all of these points before the holiday season, as well as an FAQ doc that captures all these details. Recertification will happen all throughout the first quarter of 2018. And as I mentioned earlier, we do have the EDU activity app where you'll be recording all the trainings along with your fellow trainers. The certified innovators and GG leaders and PD partners are also a part of this platform. So in there, you'll be filling out like all your information, and we'll be recording all your trainings here all throughout. There is a lot of information that you'll need to fill out. So if you have any questions about any of these fields, just head over to the Help Center, which is again linked off of the Tools and Resources section on the site. And you'll find information, a lot of FAQs on there to make your process a lot. As part of a benefit for you and smoother, and a trainer that you might see that might be a good fit for this program. This form is also under a tools and resources, and along with nominating them, they will also get a free voucher to take the trainer skills assessment, which is a requirement for the application. So this not only helps you, but also helps and now we have David, who will be talking about recommended program activities.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for all this. From this last group to this program, as we've seen the impact that trainers have had in all of our school districts be really transformative. And some of the things that I've found them to do and we've seen trainers do really well are things that we kind of think are going to be still continue to be awesome for teachers' professional development. And so I just like to just mention a few things that you guys are probably already doing, but just to kind of touch on as well, so to kind of give you guys a sense of some of the activities that you might be looking forward to moving forward. The first is just generally working teachers through some of like the key use cases of technology and just coaching. So many of you guys work with teachers one-on-one, one-on-many, and I think that is something that you know, we really don't have to say much about, but our training center obviously has a lot of use cases and a lot of great examples of how teachers can be using technology. So continue to do a great job coaching them. Also, the program has a major focus on the certification. Teachers, I think many school districts are really looking to get badged, and trainers, because you guys have gone through this experience yourself, I can't think of anyone better to be able to help teachers become certified educators. And so we count these towards your recertification, and we obviously count certification trainings towards the 12 training sessions that you report at the end of the year. And we even allow every trainer to log whether or not the teacher that they've worked with has passed the certification. So if you go into the activity app, you'll find a unique 5-digit code that you can then give to any teacher that you're working with towards a certification to input during their registration. And when they do that, you will get credited for that teacher's pass or that completion. And that's all information that we have and be able to report back to you and say, hey, these amount of teachers, these number of teachers were able to pass the certification on account of you. Lastly, we also recently launched this new program within the Certified Trainer program called the Initial Teacher Training Project. It's an opportunity to work with pre-service institutions. And many of you probably have, masters in education or bachelors in education, and we want to really give back to these schools and start working with them to help the next generation of teachers arrive into their placements with tech-ready skills. I think it's really important that these teachers don't feel left behind when and don't feel burdened when they have so many new things to think about when they become a new teacher. So if you're interested in working with a university or school of education, if you go to the Certified Trainer Google group, on the home page, there is an interest form and a Google group within the Google group for you to join and learn more. So there's tons of resources to help you get started to work with these schools of education. And lastly, I think training the trainer, is something that we've seen trainers do all over the place, which is to help others who want to do what you're doing today. And since you guys are just freshly through the program, you understand what it takes to get in. You kind of done the level 1 all the way through your application. And so I can't think again of anyone who's more knowledgeable about application than you guys. So please, continue to work with the fellow instructional technology coaches at your school if they are interested in becoming certified trainers.
Cool. And now questions and answers. Any questions that are coming up in the chat that are?
I think we addressed most of them in the chat, but this is a good opportunity for any last minute questions that we can address.
Yeah. And then also, if you're having problems with this chat feature, please feel free to email the Google group or the program managers at gfe-trainer-program@google.com, and one of us will get back to you with an answer. Also, for the people who couldn't join us during this hangout, this video will be is recorded and will be available for all 244 certified trainers who were onboarded this quarter. So if you know anybody in that group, just let them know that they will be able to see this video for a few more weeks out. And then I'll also send out an email to all you guys to remind you guys that this resource is available and will be available for another few more weeks.
So a few questions here.
Okay.
So the first is, when are we expected to recertify? 12 months or beginning of 2018?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to take that, Justin?
Yeah, so everybody in the program, no matter what month they were onboarded, will need to recertify in January 2018. So we do require like the 12 training sessions, but it will be, if you were onboarded in, say, for example, September, you'll only need to do 3 sessions. If you're onboarded in August, you'll need to do 4. If you're onboarded in July, you'll need to do 6. So you won't need to complete all the 12, but depending on what month you were onboarded, that's how many trainings you'll need to complete. And again, like no matter what month you're onboarded, you'll still need to take the product update exam and also submit 1 trainer resource.
Right. Let's see. Do we have the 2018 schedule for innovator sessions yet?
Oh, the academies? I don't think so. I think that program is still working things out with the events next year, but yeah, should be announced at the end of the year or maybe early next. Not too sure.
Yeah, so just stay tuned from the innovator about the innovators. We'll make those announcements on Twitter on the Google for Education channel. So if you're subscribed to that, you'll get all the updates about the innovator program there. Are we able to order lanyards and Google Swag for our attendees when we give training? So yes, so there's a way to do this, and it's not managed through Google. It's actually managed through one of our swag vendors. We have a storefront with Land's End, and where you can order swag for yourself and for your attendees. And if you just go to the Google group and you search for certified trainer swag and Land's End, you'll be able to access the storefront using the password and the login that's found in that email thread. And from there, you can, buy a whole host of accessories and clothing to wear yourself at trainings. Most commonly, these are for trainers to just wear themselves. But yeah, that is the extent of the swag.
And then I see a question in there asking if you were onboarded this month, how many training sessions? You'll need to do 3 training sessions.
And then recertification, yes, happens in January, where the submission of the trainings, the completion of the product update assessment, and the shared resource, all of that, the deadline is in January. And so we'll give you guys ample opportunity to complete those requirements between in December through January. And honestly, just to tell you guys, don't stress out too much about recertification. It's a pretty straightforward process. Many of you guys, are already doing way more than 12 trainings a year, so it should be pretty easy just to log what you're doing. It's just important to keep track of it and just mention of your trainings. To the product update assessment, if you're using Google anywhere near as much as I think you're using it, it shouldn't be a problem to pass that product update assessment. It's multiple choice. And then the shared resource, I think you guys are all great, really creative, and always have great materials. And it's just one resource. So yeah, don't stress too much about it. We'll definitely give you all the resources you need to recertify when the time comes. Let's see. Once we register a training, will participants get an email from Google that we should alert them about?
Oh yeah, so when you submit your training session on the Edu Activity app, all the information that you submit about your training session, it will be private, and no one else will be able to see that outside of Google. So all the information that you put in there is private.
So what counts as a training, I think, is one of the questions. Trainings are, a training is counted by new day or new audience. So anytime that you are training a session, it can be either a session on a different day, or it can be a session with a different set of people. So an example would be if you trained different groups of people all today on Tuesday, then if you train 3 different groups of people, that counts as 3 trainings. The same thing is if you train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that counts as 3 sessions as well. So those different day or different audience. All right, just scrolling back through, see if we have any more questions. All right, so I think we got one more popping in here. I actually did a training just a few days before I got my Google Certified Trainer email. Could I use this? So technically, the trainings would come after the fact of your Certified Trainer acceptance. Yes, after your initiation email. Great. Well, yeah, just quickly, we have all the resources are found on that internal site. Hopefully everyone should have access to that, and the trainer group, please use it and get involved and participate. And hopefully this community just keeps giving back, and you guys also become really strong contributors to our growing community. So thank you all for all that you're doing.
Yeah, and then if there's any other questions or any other feedback, please feel free to email this alias on the screen right now, and one of us will get back to you. And then I also just want to do a special thank you to all our featured certified trainers who came to join us, Tyler, Matt, Eric, and Crystal. So hopefully you guys will all be connected like these 4 trainers, and maybe one day you'll be a part of this event. So again, thank you all for coming, and this event will be recorded and saved for another few weeks. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.